Well, hello there. I started doing part 2 to this air compressor saga, and it was only for 55 seconds, so I didn't do a voiceover, so I thought I would do part 3 just to sum it up. Well, we finished the air compressor yesterday morning. All we had to do was wire it up and tighten up a few bits and pieces, and as you saw on that video, there had been a water leak, which was a little bit of water come out, not less than a cupful, but we tightened it up, nipped that leaking union up with a spanner, and it's been all right ever since. So yeah, we ran it up yesterday morning for a couple of hours during the day, just to be safe, because we didn't want it to fail when there was no one in the engine room. And this evening, this morning we ran it up again, and it's been on all day. So it will have had a good 12 hours come tomorrow 8 o'clock. Would have run for about 12 hours, I would imagine. So it was difficult because it's a blinking great big heavy lump of machinery, and the cylinders, we had to use a chain block because they were just too heavy. There's only 2 of us working on it, and I was shifting the piston into the liner as we were lowering the liner down, and that was incredibly difficult. I thought we were going to snap a piston ring at one point where it was getting so tight in the liner. Anyway, we managed to sort it out. We got it fixed and running. Of course, what we do tomorrow is we'll probably stop it and change the oil inside just after it's running. That would have any bits and bobs that are in the crankcase that we missed when we ragged it out. It'll come out. It'll be in the bottom or near the front of the engine. So when we take the plug out, it will drain out any bits of paint or metal fragments that were left in there for when it destroyed itself. So anyway, so what do we use compressed air for on board ship? Well, I just turn you around and I'll show you all the deck equipment that we have. I can turn it around properly. There we go. Right. Tilt it down properly. There you go. So these winches here, these are all hydraulic. And if I go around this way, you'll see those other 2 winches in the middle. You can't see that one. Well, it's just there. There's another winch there. And that big A-frame at the back, we call it an A-frame, that big A-frame there is all hydraulic, and all these cranes have got hydraulic. So what do we use compressed air for? Well, I'll show you. Sorry, hang on, let me just turn you around. There we go, back to my ugly mug again. Well, I'll tell you all about the compressed air that we use. One is what we call a control air compressor, which is basically, it's a giant tin box, and that's got various filters, and it goes through an air dryer and gives us clean, dry compressed air to use on control systems all around the ship. It'll be absolutely everywhere. There'll be control systems. Even the sewage plant has air operated valves. But anyway, getting back to the compressor that we dealt with, well, that was the main starting air compressor. That's right, we use compressed air to start these engines. On your car, you might have an electric starter motor. Well, our starter motors on this particular ship are driven by air. So that's what we use them for. That air compressor that I took to bits feeds air into 2 very large cylinders, and they're kept at around about 30 bar each. Well, 1 bar air pressure is equivalent to about 15 parts per million. What am I talking about? Those cylinders contain 30 bar air pressure, and each bar is about 15 psi, pounds per square inch, which is atmospheric pressure. So our compressors are 15 times that of 30 times that of atmospheric pressure. So those big containers, each one has to have, by legislation, 12 starts of the engine. So we've definitely got more than 12 starts for the engine there. With those both bottles we have about 24 starts. But once those generators are running, we generally don't tend to turn them off. And one of the other things that we use the control air for, the clean air, is not only for control systems but also for power tools. All around the ship there will be points that you can connect a power tool up to, and so that air will be all nice, dry and clean to keep your power tools healthy. But the starting air also operates the anti-healing system. We've got a giant anti-healing system here with which, as the ship rolls one way, the air valves open and allow air in to force the water to the other side of the ship to stop it from going over the opposite direction. So if you imagine the ship was still and you force water from one side to the other, it would make the ship move in that direction. Well, on board ship, the weather moves us in one direction and we try to put water in the other direction to keep us upright. On air it doesn't work because, like I said before, I've been at sea almost 40 years and this ship makes me sick as a dog. I'm absolutely sick with this. But the weather today has been okay. It's actually, in fact, this is the second voyage that I haven't had to take seasick tablets. Touch wood. Maybe it'll be pretty good for the rest of this trip, which is about another 10-12 days to go. Yeah. So that's it. That was our air compressor. It's taken an absolute age to build, but that was really down to the couriers delivering the items, and they failed us again to get the items to us on time. Bit of a shame, because there will be someone manning an office somewhere, especially in Peterhead where we were last, or Lowestoft. There's an office there that the goods will get sent to, so it will be manned 24/7. So it's not like they can fail to deliver these things. But anyway, yeah, it was a good practice run, especially for one of the other younger lads who was helping me. I don't think he's ever seen a big air compressor apart like that, and he was quite impressed that we managed to get it going straight away without having to take it apart again. But yeah, we managed it, and it was good. So anyway, that's enough of that. So I'll try and get this off tonight. Try and keep it under 8 minutes. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.